Hey, good morning, Trip Nation. Just coming on live, so let's wait a few minutes and see who jumps on here. Got my coffee going. I'm feeling good. Got some good news for everybody. You have to click on something to see who's on there? I think you do.
No, they come up here.
Because there's 10 people on.
Well, they say hi.
20. Oh,
Yeah,
oh, there they go. Oh, yeah, there's Tom Moss. Good morning. Hey, Kim, how are you? Lots of good stuff to go over this morning.
Christina.
If my dog stops throwing his ball around the room. So, Christina Nava, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Darius, Eris, starting to come on. We'll get started here in a few minutes. James Jones. Jim Clayton. Safe ride. Brazilia's on. Hi, Brasilia. Got a lot of stuff to go over. All good. Anybody got any questions while we're waiting for people to get on? You might want to just ask and I can chit chat with you for a few minutes here. Stan Margolis, good morning. Good morning. Oh yeah, just by the way, just so you know, it's been warming up here in Vegas. Yesterday was 117 degrees. So it's nice, but it's not that nice. But it's going to be nice today. It's going to be about 106 or 7. So it's all good.
Oh, Meredith asked you a question.
Meredith asked me, oh, yes, Bob.
Where does the pay for the delivery driver come from?
Where does the pay for the delivery driver come from?
Mm-hmm.
The pay comes from the consumer who ordered the food. So that 100% of that ride fare goes directly, and the tip goes directly to the driver through a merchant account into their account.
Will the favorite driver work for delivery?
Yes, the favorite driver will work for delivery. You'll be able to pick your favorite driver. And if they're online at the time, you'll see it if you want them to pick it up. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing, buddy? Sir William is on. Okay, what time is it? Let me see.
Meredith has another question.
Okay, Meredith, what do you got?
You aren't raising the price of the food, so how are you charging the customer? I think Meredith needs to go back and watch the.
Yeah, that's why we make those videos, so you understand exactly how this works. We charge a small amount to the restaurant. That's our fee that we make on the whole transaction is like $2 as a company. So the driver makes the money on the consumer side when they order the product, whatever, lunch, dinner, whatever it is, and you go pick that up. We charge a fee for that. So that's how the driver makes their money. And like I said, all of that goes to the driver. But if you watch the videos, you get on these trainings, they're going to start on Monday. These are the most important things you're going to do to really understand how the business works. It's really pretty fundamentally easy to understand because there's not a lot of moving parts to it that you have to really look at. I understand the restaurant. Meredith, are you asking about the groceries now? I have never heard me say that. I've talked about the restaurants, how drivers make their money and how restaurants save money a lot. So it's in the thing. We're also making another video, hopefully we'll have done this week, which will be how to share the app and how the app actually works and pays you on the 40 cents and the 10 cents and how the restaurant, who signs up the restaurant, how that works. that's one video that we're going to probably try to get out this week. It takes about 5-6 days to make one. We've just been slammed with everything else we're doing, so we had to put that on the sideline. You never explained how you would charge the customer. It's in the documentation of everything we've published. Everyone in Florida on the East Coast, be safe. Yes, I don't know if it's a hurricane force storm, but it's a significant storm that's hitting the East Coast of down Miami, Fort Lauderdale, in that area, and then moving up the coast. It's supposed to go out to sea by the time it gets into the Georgia area, I think. But none of that's fun.
What is the cost for the restaurant owner and having a tablet?
The one-time cost for the restaurant owner, it's also been published in videos and documentation. You'll see it in your back office. Is $149.99. They'll get a tablet if they're not connected through their restaurant part of their business. So receive a tablet from us on that. If they don't need a tablet, then we'll hook them directly up through the system itself, depending on which provider they use on their restaurant checkout system. So yeah, it's everything's so.
Are we going to have a website with our own referral link like we had before the app? Is the referral codes going to change again?
I don't know why this is changing. Hold on just a second. The question is, the referral code going to be the same? The referral code is exactly what it was before, hasn't changed. You'll log in the same way if you're going to go online. You just log in through the website. You'll get an OTP. Just so you know, I actually signed up yesterday, went through the process myself. I got an OTP, all of that. So I actually practiced what I preach. So it really wasn't any big deal. The links are the same. Everything's pretty much the same. The only thing you're going to see better is a real back office that has real-time information with like information just asked about. How does the restaurant work? That documentation's in the back office. The TNCs are back there. Terms and conditions on rider, driver are back there. Marketing materials, and it's just going to get enhanced as we go. As we start building more product out, we'll start posting more of that up there. As you also saw, you can click on my profile. You can edit your information in your my profile. Then you have to save it. It goes through the whole system. But remember, when you change your phone number or an email address, you got to make sure you save it, because if you don't, you're going to be putting in the wrong numbers and you won't get your OTP to get in the system. But we'll talk about that too.
Another question.
Sure.
Do you think it is a good idea to sign up a restaurant in San Diego, even though we won't start the market here yet?
So the question was, is it a good idea to sign up a restaurant in San Diego, even though we don't start the market? I'm going to address some of that in the conversation we're going to have in a few seconds. Exactly. We're rethinking some things based on what a lot of people are starting to do in the field. Like, for example, in Seattle, also in I'm sure that the DC market, Virginia, Baltimore market's going to turn on fire with William Mathis and that team up there. So we don't want to restrict people from working their own markets. And I know a lot of you guys are working together in other markets around Houston and Atlanta and all that, but I'll get into that in a second. Okay, well, let me get rolling here, because we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. So we've been testing all week, as you know, actually a little bit longer than a week, getting everything dialed in. Right now, we're not experiencing any issues at all. There's no showstoppers at all. I went through the system yesterday. We have one big system go through again today, but everything is working. The commissions are working. Sharing your URL or your back office information is fine. That's all doing well. So we're going to probably more than likely submit the apps on Monday morning. We submit the apps on Monday morning. It should take maybe 2 days or 3 days for approval. I was going to open up the back office for signups prior to the app approval, but since it's right on top of us, it makes no sense to go around the system. Get the apps, and we'll be notifying you. We're going to send out a general email to everybody, all 116,000 people, with the apps on there. So all they got to do is click on that, and they can download the apps right away. Then you can just log in through the app right into your back office, right into the system where you'll see how to sign up restaurants and all of that stuff. So I don't know why the screen keeps going dark on me, but so Monday we're going to submit the apps. I expect them to get approved by Wednesday. They're talking about 2 days, 3 days on the outside. Apple's been getting it done a lot quicker. So probably 2 days, maybe a day and a half with Apple, maybe 3 days with Android. They've been behind since COVID, is my understanding. So that's what's happening. I know a couple people asked me about the apps. Geez, I can't believe this thing keeps going dark. I don't know what's wrong with it.
It looks fine.
Yeah. So the apps will be submitted on Monday. Everything goes well by Wednesday. We'll have them up and running. We'll start getting those out to everybody. It's going to be on you guys to share your app and start getting people involved because that's the power of what we're doing in referral marketing. If you guys want to earn big, all you got to do is work hard. That's it. It's no more complicated than that. We'll get these apps out on Wednesday, assuming they get approved. We can go to work on Thursday. So let's talk about what that really means. So next week, we're going to send out an email here in a couple hours about training that's going to start Monday. We've got 5 days of training, 5 scheduled classes of training, and you'll see the calendar on it. Some are during the day and some are early evening, so we can reach everybody that's important to reach. Training is going to be about how to onboard restaurants. Shanna's going to hold those trainings. They're probably going to be about 45 minutes or so, but there'll be a copy of those on the YouTube channel. You'll be able to access them at any time to review them. That doesn't mean you have to run and say, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss a class because there's 5 classes. It's the same class. We've just done it 5 times. So it's more convenient for people because somebody might be working in the afternoon. You might be open in the evening or vice versa. So we're just trying to accommodate everybody properly so you can get the right training. And we're going to be doing more trainings as we go. We'll have trainings just specifically on apps. We'll have training on specifically, referral programs and all that kind of stuff. So just know we're going to be there with all this stuff. We're making great inroads. Shanna's been working very, very hard to put all this together. We also staffed up. We're staffing up now. We brought on a new customer service rep, or not a rep, but a customer service person, a very senior manager. She's going to be taking over on the restaurant side of the business, have the referral side of the business and the drivers and all of that being handled by one segment of the company. Restaurants are so specific, we decided to break that out and handle that on the customer service side because there's information that's got to go to restaurants sometimes. If the order's not there on time, we need to know that, let the customer know. So we want to be really on top of the customer service. So anyway, so she's come on board. We've also brought on, some of you may remember her, Vipasha Gandhi. She's got her MBA and she's a very, very smart QA, all of those kinds of things. She can project manage, do a lot of stuff for us. So she took some time off, had a baby and a family she started, but she's starting back Monday full time. So we're just so happy to have her back. She's a terrific team member. And we're staffing up every other place. Vincent is going to run what we call driver growth on the sign of making sure that we have trained drivers, we have adequate number of drivers in the markets, looking at new products, whether we're going to go in the RX business, small package business. Vincent's going to be in charge of all that. He's got Eric Kresiak. It's going to be working for him in that area. So we'll start staffing that up as we start to move the business along. Art is taking over the complete customer service side on the referral marketing. It's going to be the biggest part of our business. It's not a small part of our business. It will be the biggest part of our business, taking care of the customers, the referral partners, making sure commissions are out on time, making sure the full authority to run it. I just looked at the back office on the admin side. You guys don't see that, but so out there, he has the ability to fix immediately. It wasn't like before where people couldn't get their jobs done because the system wasn't put together properly. The system is, yesterday, we're on a call, and Lisa Story, who's Senior VP part of the business, the restaurant business. Very, very technically smart. And then on the call yesterday, she says, "Do you realize how complicated the system we built?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." But I didn't want to scare everybody and tell them how complicated it was going to be to build. So I've always said it's pretty simple, but it's not. There's thousands of moving parts that you guys don't even see when it comes to when we're in a market and we have to geolocate something or set up a geolocation by a certain road or whatever. There's just so many moving parts to this, and a lot of it's learning as we go. So, but the team has done a phenomenal job. They're really excited to get this thing executed and get it going because there's just so many good things are going to come out of this. So, training starts next week. Let's talk about the open markets, because what's happening, which is good, it's really good. We announced obviously Miami, Fort Lauderdale, getting them online, and we have a whole group of gals down there. They're ready to go. Next week, start signing up restaurants, getting that online, but also Houston and Atlanta. But we do have other pockets like William Mathis up in DC, Baltimore area. We want to light that up. I was thinking about a delayed program, but I think what I want to do is see what happens in the first 4 or 5 days. If they look like we can handle it and we're not having any major problems, we may just open up 4 or 5 more markets. So I'm going to play that by ear. Just know that we're thinking there's another market we can open pretty quickly. We've got a good group of people up there that are already in the game, already starting to work on sign up restaurants. I just got Christina Nava just asked me, I don't know, I think it was Christina, about San Diego. Look, we want to open as many markets as we can. We just have to be prudent the first 4 or 5 days to understand on the system. The system's an enterprise system, can handle 10, 20, 30,000 stores probably all at the same time getting signed up. There's not going to be an issue. It's a manpower issue internally if there's a problem. So we don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot. So we want to crawl, walk, run, want to open more markets if we can. We'll probably put out a press release the end of next week that'll be nationwide into the financial markets that we've opened for business. It's going to say we've opened, that we're opening 36 markets in 21 states. So it's a big bite to eat for us, but I think we can do it. We have great leaders in the field now, and it's just going to get better as we start to move along. As I told you, we are staffing up in all areas of customer service, technology, restaurants, training, going forward projects, looking at what's next on horizon. Is it medical delivery? Is it small package delivery? All those things do matter. If we got such a terrific business model, we can move into almost any one of these markets with the same business model. And it lends itself to really taking market share quickly. So we're staffing up in every area. So we'll probably, my guess is probably bring on 30 or 40 new people over the next probably 3 or 4 weeks. And then not counting the outsourcing we're going to do to help, as the business starts to elevate with customer service, we'll bring on an outside source also in both areas, restaurant and referral marketing, commission payouts, and all that kind of stuff. One of the things we haven't done, which I said we were going to have, is a Trip gear store. We'll probably have that up though by the end of next week. It won't be loaded with hundreds of products. We'll have probably 20 or 30 products on there to start with, and then we'll just add them as we see how it progresses. So that's all the good stuff, man. I got to tell you, the company is excited about what we're seeing on all the testing, getting launched. So I would start thinking about maybe next Thursday, Friday, going to work. If the apps are approved, we'll distribute the apps. Once the apps are done, we'll turn on the system. We'll contact everybody, let them know we're turning on the system. You can jump in your back office. All you got to do is use your same, whatever you used before for your passcode. It'll send you an OTP. You'll be in your back office. Spend a little time back there checking things out. Go to my profile, my edits. You can see your downline, who all your people are in there. So it's pretty comprehensive. For the people that weren't on the training when we went through the back office last week, it's well worth the time to spend on that. So anybody got any questions? Everybody understand what I was talking I've said? don't see any questions.
Oh, there are some.
Okay. Just waiting.
Is it required to have a social security number?
Yes, you have to have a social security number or EIN number if you're going to be paid. That's tax law, IRS.
Will the apps be Android and Apple at the same time?
Yes, the apps are Android. If you have an Android phone, it'll automatically, you don't have to choose. When you sign up for the app, it'll recognize that you're on an Android phone or an Apple phone. It'll direct you to the proper app to sign up on. You will have to go through, when you sign up, you're going to have to go through and fill out the background information and the information to get your merchant account, and then you'll submit it. It doesn't take long to get approved on the background search, and once that's approved, then you'll automatically get once you fill out the information on your merchant processing, it'll automatically send that to you too. It's pretty painless when you see all it put together and how it works.
Do the restaurants pay the $149 now in markets that are not open?
The question is, do restaurants pay the $149 now if the market's not open? The answer is they will not pay till the market's open. However, that's why I said I would like to let's go for the 3 markets. Let's see what happens over the next 4 or 5 days. If that looks like we can handle it, I'll just start opening more markets. So then there is no delayed payments. We'll just open markets. There's no reason, there's technically no reasons we can't open multiple markets at a time, meaning 10, 15, 20. It's just a system that collects data, and you have different people working in different points of, geography. But the system doesn't know that, doesn't care. It's just, it's can we handle it internally, not the system handle it. That's the thing, because we don't know what kind of problems, what kind of questions. Is Art going to get slammed with 1,000 questions? We don't know that yet. So we have to sort that out so we don't disappoint people in customer service. But fundamentally, the system can handle anything we throw at it.
Will the web be available next week as well as the app?
Yeah, the web is actually already available. We just haven't moved we have to repoint the website over to the new database structure. We'll do that probably Monday. Move all that over. So you could probably, once it moves over, you guys can go in your back office. I'll let you know when we do that. And then you can go in, if it's Monday, you can go in your back office, start seeing everything that's back there. It's pretty simple.
The old link is the same. The login is the same. The referral ID is the same.
Yes, everything's the same. Nothing's changed.
People in other countries, then what do they use instead of a social security number?
They have to use whatever number that's in their country. There is an international number. I don't know exactly how that works, but I'll find that out and get back to you guys on that. The good news is that if people say that live in Mexico and they have a referral and they put somebody to work, they'll get their commissions paid through their e-wallet, and the e-wallet's connected to their bank account in whatever country they're in. We're approved in like 120 countries. So it's a very, very safe, secure way for people to get online, start earning commissions, and get going. But you guys here are just leaders in the company, so you have to get this word out to everybody. If you want to make a lot of money, then it's to you to tell your people that you've brought on board, here's where we are today. This company's going to get on a roll, because once we get up and running next week, it's going to be all about marketing, all about building the brand, building, restaurants. Look, restaurants are going to save about 25 to 30% with us right out of the box. Not a question. So there's no way that we will not get market share very quickly.
Do they get paid if they sign up a restaurant in a market that's not open yet?
Do you get paid if you sign up a restaurant that's not open?
A market that's not open.
You only get paid when the money crosses through our company to from their company to our company. Then we tag that. You brought it in. You'll get the referral payment on that the next pay period, which is we pay weekly. We hold back 8 days, and then we start paying weekly after that. So yes, there is a commission if we're paid. That's why I want to wait till we see how things go the first 3 or 4 days. We might just open up all these markets. Who knows? It's an unknown. You just have to be patient. Right now, you got 3 markets. You can go work and get after it. Everything's working. There's not a question on any software at all. It's all working right now.
Meredith wants to know.
Okay.
Will the website back office be open as well as the app, and can we do everything through the web if we choose instead of the app?
Yeah, I guess you could do everything through the back office. It's just smarter to do everything through the app. 88% of people use an app today as opposed to web. The one thing on the website, we're just finishing up tripdelivers.io, which is all the menus, all of that stuff. That's connected in the app. That's on a different URL. So you'd have to click on from one site to the other. I don't advise it because everything's app driven today. All our connectivity is through the app. All the stuff you're going to find on menus, restaurants are going to be on the app, all of that.
Are we looking to sign up national grocery stores and or local stores?
We're looking to do both. Nationally, we want to get national people, and we also want to bring on locals. The local market is very strong right now. I mean, there are problems, obviously, in the restaurant business with closures. They're anticipating there's about 1 million plus restaurants in the United States. They're thinking that about 20% of those will never really reopen. So you're going to lose about 200,000 or so. But the food demand is still there, so that side of the business isn't going to change. People still need to eat. So some businesses are going to do better, and because of that, like I try to explain to everybody, the food business in the United States is almost $2 trillion. That's the grocery business and the restaurant business. They're almost 50-50. So what happened was when COVID hit, the restaurants had to shut down. So you had almost $1 trillion worth of food that was being purchased in the United States through restaurants. You and I going to dinner once or twice a week or whatever it might be, that food service was shut down. It put a strain on the supply side for groceries. That's why the grocery stores ran out of food and everything else you could think of. They're now pretty much recovered. And so the chain, the supply chain has more balanced out now. But that's what happened to cause the big shutdown of the food. And everybody was panicking that, we're not going to have food in the supply chain. But it was temporarily screwed up because the old supply chain for groceries got hammered with another $500 to $800 billion worth of, demand, and they couldn't handle the system.
Do restaurants get a tablet for POS, and is there a charge for that?
The restaurant pays a $149.99 a one-time charge. They don't get charged for the tablet. That's part of the deal. We send the tablet out to them, and that's how they'll get their orders processed. If not, we will do an API integration with their point of sale, and it'll come right through their POS system then.
Will we be able to get delivery drivers signed up?
Yes, yes. You already have 116,000 people in the system. When you go in your back office, if you brought anybody online with you, sign them up. You're going to see you'll see them in your back office when you click on My People, and you'll see them all there. You never saw them before, I don't think.
If we have our banking account set up in the
my dog, here's Chance. He wants to say hi.
Hi, Chance. If we have our banking account set up in the back office for commissions, do we still need the e-wallet?
Yeah. Yes. Excuse me. Let me explain to you how the e-wallet works. We run a commission run. There's X dollars that need to get split out to all the referral partners. So instead of us sending out checks or electronic wires or all these different kinds of communications to send your money around, It all takes time and money. So the e-wallet eliminates all that. So what we do, we disperse all your commissions into the e-wallet directly. Takes like push the button and it's there. And then you go into your e-wallet and then you determine you want it on your debit card, you want to go to your ACH, to your bank, or how you want to distribute it. You have total control of your money that way. We don't control your money where it goes. And that way also, it's how we can engage other parts of the world. If they want to be a referral partner and they're bringing people on, or if they're an influencer, they could have tens of thousands of followers in the United States, but not live here. They can get a commission and paid. And it's all legal and above board because our partner on the e-wallet is already registered in, like I said, 120 countries. So that's the way it goes. You control your money once it's in your e-wallet. You can leave it there. You can send it to wherever you want.
Will we have a sales page for restaurants?
Sales page meaning what?
I don't know. Tony.
Who's it, Antonio?
Tony Smith.
Tony Smith. What do you mean by a sales page?
Are we able to sign up now, or do we need to hold off till the apps are approved?
Yes, you can't sign up now by design because we're into testing and we don't want to put more people in the system, and then you got to take them out and put them back. It's a pain. The apps will be out Monday for approval. That's less than 48 hours from now. And then they'll probably take 48 hours to get approved. We've all waited for a very long time to get here. So let's just wait a few more days to get approved. I would suspect if everything's done by Thursday, you can just bring in all your people. If I open it up on the back office, you can bring people on starting whenever I open it up, if it's Monday or Tuesday. But I would wait for the app to get rolling on your business, to sign up restaurants and all that stuff, because that's where all the action is, through the app. Just makes it so much easier. We've already made videos. You need to go on. That's why I keep telling you guys, if you really want to be successful, sign up for YouTube. You can see all these videos we do. The trainings are on there. You need to help yourself to find out information. I guarantee you, after this call, I'll have people that should have been on this call texting me personally, asking me these same questions that were just answered. That's the reason for these calls, to educate everybody. Education, power is, knowledge is power, and that's how you succeed.
When we are going to do ride share, you gave them a ratio of riders and drivers before the market could be launched. Is there a ratio for the delivery market launch?
So the question is there a ratio for delivery market, for example? So the best rule of thumb that I could find out there, talking to not only drivers, but also people that have been inside the companies and the restaurant side of the business, is 5 to 6 to 1. So for every one restaurant, you need 5 to 6 drivers. That doesn't mean they're all full-time. That's full and part-time drivers. So for an example, if we had 1,000 restaurants, we're going to need about 5,000 drivers. Now, like Uber and those guys, they'll have like 7,000 for 1,000. So they overburden the market with drivers instead of trying to manage the market to a degree where people are really busy and making more money. If you have more drivers than demand, obviously, it's a harder part of the market to go. But it's like 5 to 1. So that's kind of the gauge we're going to use. Most of these big markets should take somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 drivers. Just depends how many restaurants you sign up. If it's 1,000, 1,500. 1,500 restaurants would be a spectacular number in these markets if you guys can do that. So you're kind of in the sweet spot if you're around 5,000 drivers.
Can they sign up? Same person about Social Security number. Can they use an ITIN number?
Yeah, I've heard of that number. I'm going to have to check with our accounting, our legal, to make sure that you can. I think you can, but I'm not sure. But I'll find out.
Is the e-wallet through iPayout?
No.
Can we get a list of all the countries available? One, United States.
Yeah. Yes, we can have a list published. I'll get that next week for you.
Will our code automatically be connected to the app, or will they have to put it in manually?
No, it's automatically connected to the app.
Oh, here's one. Why does this keep going on week after week and nothing happens?
What?
This keeps going on week after week because you're working on it. You're getting it ready.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you guys have to understand how technology works. You have to build it, and it's not easy. That's why it goes week to week to week to week to week. The reason I get on here is to keep everybody informed. I could be like a lot of CEOs, never call anybody, and then when we're ready to go, just tell you, But I don't operate that way. I try to inform people. Knowledge is power. The ones that want to make a lot of money are going to make a lot of money with us because the referral program we have is like nothing you've seen. The whole system, just so you know, I filled out documentation to patent our process. Okay. We're going to file a federal patent on our process. Nobody's ever done this before on any part of it when it comes to issuing card processing accounts, merchant accounts to individuals on the fly. It's all new. That's all had to be built. So this is all challenging stuff, and we're here. So you should be happy we're here because now it's your turn to go make some money instead of me just, telling you here's how you're going to do it. The world is yours now. As when we open up on Thursday or Friday, whatever day it is, how much money you make is all up to you. How much energy you put into it. This program is so simple. If you had 50 restaurants, you'd be making a serious amount of money every month on passive income if you signed up 50 restaurants. If you signed up 100, and there are going to be people that are going to sign up 100. Believe me, the guys and gals that really see this, if you just signed up 50 restaurants and you had 20 deliveries a day or 30 deliveries a day going to each one of those restaurants, and you got 40 cents on every one of them, think about what that looks like. Even my dog loves it. He's going to start running and going after the restaurant business.
Okay, so the sales page, Tony wrote back, is a marketing landing page to help educate and further entice restaurants to download the app, our name, email, FAQ, app link, etc.
Yeah, so we have Verb that's being integrated right now as we speak. We put that off on the sidelines till we got the system up. It's up. So we re-engage with them. They're working on it, probably be another 5 or 6 or 7 days for Verb to go up. That's a full-blown marketing platform. You can send emails, you'll see open rates, you'll see who opened it, when they opened it. You can send videos, you can send documentation. All that stuff is connected in there with a full-blown marketing platform. So there's nothing, it's got funnels, it's got everything. So there's nothing that you should want but to use that.
They want to make business cards. Is the logo available?
Yes, the logo will be available. That'll be up in the back office next week, where all you have to do is pull down a file, send it off to your card, whoever makes your card. You'll be able to choose if you want Trip Delivers or if you want Triprides. Let me talk about the rideshare business for a second so you understand what's going on with that. The rideshare business right now is off about 70%. In fact, when I was with Vincent the other day, we were talking about that, and I asked him what he thought is going to happen to the rideshare space over the next 5 or 6 months. And a lot of it's, all going to center around COVID, and the city's getting back up to speed at some point where they're doing business again, which means airline industries has to be working, hospitality has to be working, business people have to get back on the road. Is that going to change to a degree? Probably will. Is it going to be as robust as before? Nobody really knows. But there's a lot of things that people are talking about, and one is it's going to take about 6, 7, 8 months before the rideshare business even comes back because it's off 70%. And probably in Las Vegas it's more because Las Vegas is so dependent on convention business, and there is no convention business right now, which means the hotels are slow. So you don't see a lot of rideshare out there right now. So that's why getting started actually is fortuitous for us in the delivery side because of our business model. It'll get us into these markets very quickly and establish a brand. And then from there, we can, if the rideshare market comes back, we can time that to the market and then get open for that too.
Can I change my referral code?
Yes, you can. I have to check on that exactly. I don't know why you'd want to change your referral code though, because if you already sent it out there to a lot of people, you might lose something. So, but let me check on that.
Will My People option at back office allow us their personal info so we can follow up on our people?
It allows a certain amount of information that you can follow up on. I don't know exactly what it is, if it's email or phone number. I don't know if it has their address or not, but you'll be able to contact them. But also don't forget, all that information is back there. But you should also be making a list of your people that you sign up, just to have a backup. Put it on a spreadsheet. There's little things you can do to help yourself to manage your business. You got to remember, if you're working for yourself, you got to manage it. It's not like you're kind of take this lightly, and you can. It's up to you what you want. But the opportunity here, this referral program, nobody's doing. Nobody's doing it. When I tell people about it that really are in the business side, they go crazy for it.
Oh, and can we sign up food trucks once we open? I'll answer.
So
no,
the question,
not yet.
no. The question is, can you sign up food trucks? And the answer is yes, you can. We haven't set that up yet internally. There are about 250,000 food trucks in the United States. It's a great business. Actually, I think Aris knows about it because he brought it to my attention. We're already working on that. David Track has a lot of information on food trucks and how that's going. However, it's on the downside right now because of COVID. So it's been a problem. So we haven't really, we'll go after that, but we're going to do it after we really solidify our markets. We got to get these 36 markets open, averaging 1,000 to 1,200 restaurants a market, maybe more. I think it'll be more just because of our business model. Those are the keys. So everybody wants to run everywhere, but I'm about being focused. So it's the same thing when somebody said, well, why do you keep having these meetings? It's the same stuff. Well, we're getting ready to open, so I'm just giving you information. It's up to you what you do with the information. So it's the same thing here. We're really focused on building out the systems, technology, getting that running, because we know if we don't do that right, nothing's going to work. And if nothing works, we don't have a business. So you got to get real highly focused, and that's how I operate. That's how I've operated all my business career. Any others?
No.
Trip window decal. Yes, we have them. Those will be distributed once we start signing up restaurants. It's a simple window sticker. It's got 5 stars on it. So yeah, we'll be sending those out. Same thing. We're finishing up with all the warmer bags and all that stuff. Probably have that online next week at some point. So we haven't determined. The first group, everybody that signs up and they open up a restaurant, the drivers will send them out their bags, no charge. However, we haven't decided the policy on that. My guess is we'll send the first group out for free, and then it's up to you after that. If you lose them, then you're gonna have to replace them, or if they're worn out, you're gonna have to replace them. You got to remember, you guys are running your own business.
Verb is like $7 a month? Question mark.
Verb is $7.77 a month. There's a 15-day free program. You sign up, you can use it for 15 days. If you don't like it, they won't charge you. But if you're an active marketer, you're going to love the product.
Alex is making a point that when was the last time you downloaded an app because someone showed you a presentation? We don't need a video to make someone download an app. The reason you download an app is word of mouth. We, the people, have to promote it and share the app. Correct. Yeah. That's what I've been saying. It's the amount of income you're going to make is directly related to you. It won't be directly related to us if we're doing our job, which is training, systems, technology, leadership. All those things matter. But at the end of the day, whatever you make is how hard you work and put into it. I can't be on every sales call for you. I wish I could. I happen to like to go out to restaurants or anybody to go sell something to, because you learn about their business. You learn about some people's problems, and then you can help them solve some of their problems. The biggest problem they got right now, they're getting gouged by our competitors big time. And our competitors really can't change their business model. once you sign up a restaurant or grocery store, what tools do we have available to help them build their brand?
Helping the restaurant build their brand? Well, the restaurants, you know, one of the problems with the restaurants are like a lot of small businesses, they're understaffed and they're overwhelmed. So when it comes to running their business, like marketing tools, any of that kind of stuff, that's always the last thing because they got somebody in their face. They're going to sit them down, get them a meal. They got to do a takeout, whatever it might be. So it's always rushed. And you guys know this, you go to restaurants all the time. So the biggest thing you can do is help them understand how to market their product to their existing customer base and or do some social marketing, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. There's a lot of things you can do to help them. If I had 50 restaurants, I know where I'd be living in those 50 restaurants because if I'm making some pretty serious money out of those, I would be in there all the time talking to the owner, whoever's running, the manager, all this stuff, trying to assist them. It's a full-time job if you want to make money. I don't know anybody that's made a lot of money that hasn't worked really hard. I mean, every now and then you hear somebody just made X dollars and they didn't have to work hard. That's all great, but I wish I could have seen that movie. I haven't.
Is there a sticker for the restaurant or store?
Yes, I just talked about that. Yeah, we do have stickers. We'll send them out when we sign up the store. We send them out, a bunch of literature and stuff like that.
Oh, what if their sponsors are no longer around?
Patrick Santiago, how you doing, buddy? I see you. Better get Seattle going.
If they don't have a sponsor around anymore,
who's that?
They contact.
Yeah, if they don't have a sponsor, you're looking to put somebody where they belong or have them in your organization. You have to get a hold of Art at support, and Art's got full authority to help anybody that has a problem like that. Because there are going to be people that have dropped out. There'll be people that re-engage. It's just the nature of business right now. Anything else? Bring on the grocery. Are you guys prepared to bring on the grocery conglomerates throughout the nation? Albertsons, Kroger. Yeah, we're prepared to do that tomorrow. Once the app's up, we're ready to go.
May we hand marketing material to colleges or universities that are starting up? Will this material be in the back office?
Materials in the back office or videos, I guess when you say marketing materials for colleges, do you mean for bringing on drivers or what if you could answer that a little more or ask the question more specific?
Can you tell restaurants to sign up with a business card and your ID?
Can you tell a restaurant to sign up with a business card and your ID? Yeah, I mean, you're going to identify yourself. You're going to have a lanyard that's going to have a tag on it and all that. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't have any problems signing people up. You can take them to the website. You can show them the app. You can do a lot of things. The biggest thing you got to do is just tell them they're going to save them 30, 40%. And you can show it to them on paper. You can just ask them where they're spending the excess cash and they're getting no real benefit from that other than losing money. And you can tell them that our service is $2 to $3. It's a no-brainer.
Questions repeating now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess there's a lot of the same questions. Can I
earn shares based on performance?
Yes, I talked about this last week. We have 2,000 option holders in the company, and I'm very proud of that. We will be putting another plan together once we're up and running as we clear our way through all of the stuff that we've been through, get settled and start running the business. We'll start looking at a new option plan, and it'll all be based on performance. So probably tied around a number of things, your rating, how customers feel about you, whether it's a restaurant customer or a rider customer. So you'll be measured in 4 or 5 areas with points, and then those points turn into options. But I love it when somebody asks that question because we want to have a lot of shareholders in the company. I want to share this company with people that want to work hard. People that want to work hard, so now you have other avenues. So you can drive, you can recruit restaurants, you can, in the rideshare side of the business, you can earn on the referral side, and you can earn stock options. There's nobody out there doing any of this stuff for the gig economy. They're all thinking all the wrong stuff.
The one for college students, so they're ready for them to order food, deliver food?
Yeah, there's actually, that's a good question. There are some college only delivery services that work just on the college campuses. And it's, and I'll explain it the way it was told to me. I said, well, what are they picking up? And it's mostly fast food stuff. Guy's working on 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock, he's cramming for a test, and he's smoking 10 packs of cigarettes and drinking, Coca-Cola by the gallons. And he's got to be up the next morning and do a test. So they'll get on the phone and call somebody, hey man, I need, a bag of jelly beans and a bag of this and a bag of that. Can you bring it over? It's all good business, but on the restaurant side, the grocery side, it's a lot more stable business. But you can recruit wherever you want. If you want to go to a college and get those people on board to use the service, that's great.
Will non-drivers earn stock options who are referrers?
Probably, I don't know yet. I have to look at all the variables on that. I'd like to say no, and then I'd like to say yes, because I don't want to exclude anybody, but I do want to make it inclusive of everybody. So I have to look at that. Maybe if they don't drive, they have to do something else. There'll be an alternative or something. I don't know yet.
This keeps coming, so these people are late to the party, but how many restaurants and drivers do we need to open up the city?
Yeah. So
go back and watch the recording.
Yeah. So the question is, how many people do we need, or how many restaurants do we need to open up the city? It depends on the size. So for example, like a Seattle market, probably 750 to open, and then they'll grow up from there. In Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, you're probably talking 1,000. But look, we'll open a market. If we see momentum going and you're at 700 or 600, but we see it spiking every day, we'll open the market right away, right? So we'll build into it for another 30 days and not wait. It just depends how we see that trending out. And these are all business decisions, and we're looking at the business all the time, and we will be looking at it for those kinds of metrics.
Will there be a beacon for the ride share once it comes out?
A beacon?
The safety beacon. How they have a panic button.
Oh yeah, no, on the ride share, we have a lot of safety features. We have a panic button, goes directly to 911 and also to the corporate office. That's manned 24/7. And there's a lot of other features that we have. One of the things that we did, we announced doing OTP code 8 months ago. Nobody was doing them. Now everybody's doing them, and they were doing them selectively. We were going to do them, for the rider itself. So they had a check and balance before they got in. They had to put the OTP code in to make sure they're in the right car. So there's a lot of safety features we have, but we haven't talked about them because we've been, like I said, focused on the grocery and the restaurant side. Anybody else got any questions? It looks like everybody's, let's see, our codes will go out and not all sign up happen right away. So we would like to get info. I don't know what you mean by that, Patrick. I mean, the codes, everybody will have their code, which they've already had. All we did is when we pulled that database structure out, we just left all that together. So we didn't disturb that and just left everything the same. If there is a problem and you sign up, you need to get a hold of support at Triprides. Like I said, Art and his team will fix it immediately. So, but it does work because I signed up yesterday. Koya, it's all pumped up. You just do some remarkable work. I saw another one of your postings yesterday. It looks great. But yeah, so the system's all glued together. Nothing's really changed except for the look and feel and actual what the back office does for you now. I mean, it's all there. If you're a legacy driver and you earn your stock options, you can click on My Stock Options. You'll see your stock option certificate back there with your name on it.
Restaurant onboarding video will be in the back office.
Yeah, there's a link that says videos. You click on that link and it takes you right into, guess where? YouTube. That's where we're posting all the stuff. Now, eventually, once we have Verb up, then they'll be stored on Verbs also. So you'll be able to get to these videos multiple ways. The reason for that is if you're using Verb as a marketing platform, all you do is click on that video and it attaches to whatever email you're going to send out or text message or whatever medium you're going to use to market with. You're going to find Verb a great help for you guys. You know, probably 7-8 days at the most. Yeah, it's not going to slow you down though from signing up restaurants and getting the business going.
Snapper Mac says, I think some people are confused about opening a market and launching a market. Can you explain the difference?
Well, to me, there's no real difference. Launching and opening are the same. The only difference is if we did a delayed program, so you want to get in and work the market for 30 or 40 days without charging a restaurant, we could do that. I don't know the answer to that, which I said earlier when we got on the broadcast. We need to evaluate what's going to go on the first 3 or 4 days as the markets start to open up. But we have, like I said, 36 markets, is everywhere from the East Coast to the West Coast, heavily into California. We have, if you go look at the market penetration, we're in, Silicon Valley, San Francisco, Oakland, Sacramento, the middle of the state of California, Fresno, Modesto, Bakersfield. Then we drop down into Southern California to, San Fernando Valley, to LA County, Inland Empire, Orange County, and drop down in San Diego. So we have designs on California. We do not have any issues with AB5. Our business model is totally different. That doesn't mean that, somebody might not come and knock on our door and say, hey, we don't like what you're doing. But the fact is we are really a service company. We don't even send out a 1099 on the drivers. So they get a 1099 from the merchant processor, not from us.
Once we sign up a client and they get their customers to download the app, who gets the 40 cents commission?
If you signed up somebody,
a restaurant, I think is what they're saying.
If you signed up a restaurant, you get the 40 cents, not only on orders that people would place through you, but any order that goes through the system that a Trip driver picks up at that restaurant, you get 40 cents.
But then if the restaurant gets their customers to sign up, then who gets the 40 cents?
The restaurant, if they have a customer that they signed up on an app, then they would get the 40 cents.
And then what would they get?
They get the second level.
Yeah,
you get the second level. So it depends on where you are, if you're 50-15 or 50-10 or 50-5.
Oh, the beacon they're talking about on the dashboard, so the riders can see that the driver is picking them up for rides.
Yeah, we haven't really addressed that. I mean, I've had a dozen people send me all types of them. Like I said, we're focused on getting up. That'll be in phase 2. We already started building out phase 2 program on what our needs are, and it's a pretty comprehensive list. And we're doing a complete redesign of the user interface, user experience on the app itself. That's about a 6 or 7 week build out. It's very complicated. So there's a lot of things that will be coming down the road.
Dave Lewis says, great things happen to those who are patient.
He's 100% right. You just have to have patience. But it's just one of those things that, look, we are where we are. And I'm damn happy that, we are where we are today. Everybody in the company has worked 24/7 for the last 4 months. Anybody who's been around for the last 18 months, you saw the fiascos that happened with just crazy stuff that went on. People lying to the management team of the company, the management team lying to the technical group, lying to everybody, telling you this worked, that worked. Nothing worked. And that's why when I just said I'm done with it, I got rid of everybody, trashed the whole system, and started over. We built it in 4 months that these guys couldn't build in 18. And it's bulletproof. It's all scalable, enterprise, so it's just a matter of what you believe in. I happen to believe in the company and all the people in the company and the 118 or 17, 16,000 people that signed up with us. We disappoint a lot of people. That's about ready to end. So when we start doing deliveries and start putting this company on a roll and people are starting to make money, you're going to see the real value of it. And a lot of people will come back,
The background check sign-up fee waived for how long?
On the restaurant side, there will never be a fee for drivers.
Oh, for the delivery.
For the delivery side, yeah.
Okay.
On the delivery side, there'll never be a fee. On the ride share side, we're at about $79, and right now we're not charging. Well, we're not really signing up anybody to do ride share right now. So we'll take a look at it. It just depends. A lot of this is going to matter on the regulatory issues. They've overburdened a lot of these companies to do certain things, and they've underburdened them on other things. It's some of it just doesn't make sense the way they do it. We chose our path because not only we thought it's the right business model for us as a tech company, and understanding all the other concerns out there, we think we've chosen the right road to go down, which is putting more money back into the restaurants. Same thing on pickup grocery deliveries, not making it absorbent for the consumer. So we've looked at all these things by no menu markup, no surge pricing, none of these, and frankly, it's a pretty easy business model to describe. So the proof of the pudding is, after 40 years of being a disruptor in many, many markets, I know what drives consumer behavior. And the consumer could be the owner of the restaurant because he wants his stuff picked up, or the grocery store, or the rider itself. If you have a good value proposition every day, if you're the low-cost provider in the business sector, you're going to win. It's just that simple. We know these guys aren't the low-cost providers because what do? They don't show you transparency on the receipts. They hide the football for everybody. If you're a rider, you never get to see what the driver got. Driver never gets to see what the rider got. It's just a cat and mouse game. Ours is totally transparent. We want them to see everything because guess what? We might learn something by them seeing everything. We might learn a better way to do our business, right? People that are informed are going to inform you. So we think we're in the right place at the right time. But there going to be adjustments, you betcha. But we're ready for the game, and we've been practicing for 18 months. Now we're going to get in. Coach, get me in the game.
Will restaurant owners be shareholders as well?
Not right now. This is just all about the driver compensation, is to put the driver back in control of his business or her business. So you do it through earnings power. You do it through 100% of the ride. Like I said, you do it through the referral partner program. And the big reward is on the equity side. Okay, keep in mind, if you end up with shares and you end up selling shares, those fall under a whole different taxable program. It's capital gains. It's a whole different business number. So it's not ordinary income. So that's how you build wealth, is through capital appreciation. And that's what my job as a CEO here in this company, and to share some of that out there with shareholders and create new shareholders, is to also educate you how you keep wealth over time. Because, if you can do that, you have kids in school, build for their college fund, you put things in their college fund. There's a lot of different ways to do that.
Last question.
Koya,
if you sign up a referral partner and they sign up a restaurant, then what is our commission?
Okay, if you sign up a referral partner and they signed up the restaurant, they get the 40 cents. Whoever signs that restaurant up gets the 40 cents. You'll get the second level payment, which is whatever it is that you would have, if it's the additional 15, 10, or 5. But yeah, if you signed up a referral partner and they went out and signed up a restaurant owner, then that person's going to get the 40 cents. You see the power of this, though? I mean, the power of 40 cents, and you sign up 50 or 60 restaurants, which you got. Almost anybody on this call could sign up 50 restaurants with no problem. I mean, I don't know all of you directly, but I do know you from a year in questions and a year and a half of questions. I know where your head is. So I think that you guys could easily tear it up. And you teach, when you bring your people on, you can either partner up with them and help do it together and split commissions. You can do anything you want. You got your own business. Or you can set them on a path to go sign up 20 or 30 restaurants and you take the second level. So it just depends what strategy you want to employ to be successful. The most important strategy to be successful is hard work, though.
Willie says, if you build it, they will come.
Yes, Willie, it's the field of dreams, baby. Okay, well, listen, everybody, I think it's time for me to jump off. I just want to thank everybody again. Stand by. I'll notice everybody on Monday that we filed the apps. I'll keep everybody informed. If it looks like we filed, if we filed the apps, but we want to turn on the back office Monday or Tuesday, I'll let you know that, and then you can go in there and start, seeing everything that's back there, and getting ready to go. So I just want to thank everybody. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy your family, and I'll catch up with you guys on Monday morning. Talk to you later.